Yeah. Now I want you to put on the screen the beginning of your greatest fear regarding failing in this studying course you're doing at the moment. Just bring up the beginning of it and just play it right through to the end, but separate yourself from the emotion. Do you understand? You're only looking on. Let's pretend it's your identical twin brother on the screen. Can you see that? And just play your fear right through to the end now and say yeah when you're there. Yeah. Very good. Now allow Gordon in the front row of the movie theatre to walk up onto the screen. Become part of the action on the screen. Now rewind it all backwards at triple speed as though you're rewinding a video. Backwards, backwards, backwards now at triple speed. The beginning. Yeah. Now come out of the screen, sit in the front row and blank out the screen. Yeah. Now how close to zero are you now this time? 10. Very good. Again, same idea now in the front row looking at the white screen. You float out of your body, now you're in the back row. See the back of the head in the front row looking at the white screen. Yeah? And now, put up the beginning of your greatest fear again, about the fear of failing. And just play it right through to the end and say, okay, we're there. Yeah. Again, now allow Gordon in the front row to walk up into the screen, become part of the action there, and just rewind it all backwards now at triple speed. Okay. Now come out of the screen, sit in the front row, and blank out the screen. Now how close to zero are you now this time? 0. Very good. Again, same idea now in the front row looking at the white screen, okay? You float out of your body, now in the back row, see the back of the front row looking at the white screen. Now say after me, when I'm laughing at my fear, I've conquered it. Can you say that? When I'm laughing?
When I'm laughing?
At my fear, I've conquered it.
Conquered.
Very good. I'm going to make fun out of it this time. Do you understand? Again, separate yourself from the emotion now. Put up onto the screen your greatest fear, but this time tell me, what is it you see on the screen?
You see me kind of sad and dejected. I haven't finished what I started out to do on my exams and license. I'm not working in the job that I saw after.
Mm-hmm. What do you actually see on the screen? Just tell me where you are, what you're doing, what's happening, how you're feeling on the screen.
I'm at home in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you allow that movie to go on a little bit?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself out in the flight training school? Yeah?
Yeah.
And can you see all the instructors there, they're boxing you? Can you see that? Can you see yourself getting onto an aeroplane, yeah, with an instructor?
Yeah.
And you go absolutely ballistic on the plane. You start doing loopity-loops at a Boeing 707, yeah? And then you crash it into a side of a mountain and it all goes up in smithereens. Can you see that? Okay. That's probably the worst thing that could happen, isn't it? You're only looking on now at this. Now allow Gordon in the back row this time to walk up into the screen, yeah? And just become part of the action there. Here's some funny music, cartoon music, circus music. And just rewind it all backwards now at triple speed, quick.
Okay.
And rewind it forward at triple speed.
Yeah.
And rewind it backwards at triple speed. And forward at triple speed. And backwards at triple speed. Okay, laughing makes it go even further, doesn't it? Now come out of the screen, sit in the front row now and blank out the screen. And how close to zero you know this time?
-10.
-10, very good. And double that feeling now in yourself. Double that feeling. Now putting all that aside now for a minute, Gordon, okay? Just putting all that aside now for a minute. Now, I want you now to get, this is an exercise of getting into the emotions, okay? Now there's a feeling that you hold about yourself, it's a feeling that causes you to fear of failure, okay?
Yeah.
As I count from 1 to 10 and become aware of that feeling, 1, 2, 3, that feeling begins to emerge, 4, 5, 6, it's those becoming stronger and stronger, 7, 8, 9, as though the floodgate, the dam is opening up and a great wave of feeling is rolling across you now, and 10. Just become aware of that feeling of feeling of failure. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 3. As I do, you're going to speak a sentence, a phrase, or a paragraph that incorporates some word dealing with that, some feeling dealing with that, okay? 1, 2, and 3. What is that thing that caused you to feel this feeling of failure? The first word quickly.
Being alone.
Being alone. Okay, on the count of 3, you can speak a sentence, a phrase, or a paragraph that incorporates the word being alone. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm going to be alone in later years, without the kind of finances maybe I needed to meet a partner and buy a house and start a family.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore it's something I can't afford to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's become aware of all of those things now, okay? So there's a feeling you hold about you that causes you to feel those feelings, alright? I'm going to go from 10 down to 1. As I do, you're going to go back to the time and the place that had to do with that same feeling of being alone. 10, 9, 8, you're drifting back. 7, 6, 5, you're growing younger now. 4, your arms and legs are shrinking, growing smaller. 3, 2, and 1. Where you know, indoors, outdoors, make a choice quickly. Indoors or outdoors, make a choice quickly.
My car.
Continue.
My dad is driving. My parents had a bad marriage. About 15, and my mother's disappeared for a good few weeks. Don't have a telephone at that time, so I am in the house sleeping or somewhere. My dad, she had been in Tabor Lodge previously, so went through therapy for being addicted to antidepressants, and then also using alcohol, these antidepressants, and she had desperate outbursts of violence and irrational behaviour. But when she left this place anyway, the plan was to slowly move back into the family life situation. She didn't. She disappeared. And now in the car I found out where she was seeing someone else. But my dad, he doesn't discuss anything. He tells nobody nothing, that's his philosophy. In fact, right now he's on his holidays and I don't know what day he'll be back. And he's got this bag of clothes. She's at the door and she's ranting and raving, and I really don't know who or where this house she's been in. What the hell is going on? It's like there's a whole other life that's been going on behind my back. And my dad just threw a bag of clothes at the door and got a car and drove away. I said, why is Mum there? Who was she with? She wouldn't discuss anything. That same night I ended up in hospital. I've been suffering with palpitations for a good few years. And when I would say to my dad, he would just brush me off ignorantly and say, you're a child looking for attention. But, I managed to slow these palpitations down. I couldn't really lead an active life playing football and that, because when I'd overexert myself, I'd get these palpitations. But with all the stress anyway, that time in the car, my heart started pounding and I get these palpitations again. And this time I can't stop them. And I've got not pain, but stress in the heart area that felt like I've been running for 10 miles, but I'm sitting down. And at this stage I'm disassociated about the parent situation, because I'm just more worried about slowing my heartbeat down. And I got home 9 o'clock. I could not manage to control the palpitations, so I said, Dad, can you bring me to the hospital now? So I went to the CUH, walked up to the desk. The lady wanted to fill out the forms. She said, what's wrong? I said, I have palpitations, can I see a doctor please? So when I said that word, the doctor came out, checked my pulse, and before I know it I'm on a table with monitors and electrodes and everything. I was taking all kinds of tests. And my dad doesn't open his mouth or react, or cool, calm, and collected. It's just too much for me that night. Machines work, nurses, doctors, mother leading a Jew life. All of a sudden, the world that I thought I was living in was a very total lie.
And you're feeling alone here.
Yeah.
And you don't trust your parents.
No.
Because everything's been allowed.
It's been around for a few years.
Everything's been covered up. It's gone on for a few years. You're suffering a severe panic attack here, anxiety attack. Yeah? And you're feeling alone. Are they something like the feelings that you're feeling today? Yeah? Okay. Alright. Tell me about that.
Into my present situation, I don't know the people that I'm dealing with, and I don't know their backgrounds, and sometimes they do lie to me, which sends me off on a tangent, and I lose weeks where I could have utilized booking flying slots, and time gets wasted, and there's no need for it. So I'm feeling betrayed here.
Okay. And that's what you felt that night?
Yeah.
And that's what you felt your life was up to that point?
Yeah.
So you feel you couldn't trust your mum, your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going to change from here on in?
My outlook.
We were asking you before, I think, do you have any fears? And one of the ones I suggested to you may have been, do you have a fear of authority? Now bear in mind our parents are our first authority figures, yeah? Can you see some of that with your trainers? If you can't trust your parents, do you understand? Maybe you can't trust your trainers as well, your authority figures. So can you realize now that they're not your parents? Yeah. Can you see that? Okay. What else are you learning in that experience?
Back then, that was a relatively unique situation between my parents and me being a kid. And that can never be recreated again.
Right. So you can see it wasn't about you, but it was about your parents. But you felt alone here. And that's how you're feeling today as well. You're feeling alone.
Yeah.
Okay? And I suppose that just didn't happen on that night. That's been a syndrome that's gone on all your life to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you bring your mind up to today now, you can see what happened to that young kid, can't you?
Yeah.
So what's going to change now? Even a little thing, what's going to change? Speak to me about being alone, for example. How do you get around that? Or another way of putting it, how do you think all of that has strengthened you? Do you follow? Although it may seem like a horrible situation, you've been alone in all of this. Do you follow?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that being alone has strengthened you?
I learned to defend for myself.
You learn to fend for yourself, look after yourself,
Feed myself.
feed yourself, cook for yourself.
Yeah, for me and age.
You learned to be a self-starter, didn't you?
Yeah.
You learned to start and finish things. Yeah? You learned to be independent quite early.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
So all of that, although it may sound horrendous, is certainly helping you to develop some good positive qualities out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you use those good positive qualities now in completing the course?
I find it very easy to motivate myself to do something, whether it's to find a job or clean the house, or I don't need to be pushed. I'm not lazy. I can try this to my training, getting up early, preempting situations and not thinking will happen.
Right. But also, hopefully, you're learning now as well that you don't have to enter into the drama that you did with your parents, with your instructors. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can look at them maybe as colleagues or friends, rather than parental figures who are saying one thing and doing another. Yeah? Use them as colleagues or professionals who are going to help you. Do you think that's going to help?
Yeah.
And that's a good insight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good insight to have. Just allowing all that to fade now. Just allowing all that to fade. Just clear your mind now for a moment. And again, now just bring yourself back to the here and now. Back to the here and now. Again now, bring yourself down your basement and say basement when you're there. Very good. And now, open the door, go along the corridor, and find your study concentration room.
Yeah.
Go inside, sit on the desk, or sit in the chair there. Take a deep breath and say the words, concentrate 5 times now.
Concentrate, 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 concentrate.
Excellent. Now see in front of you your diploma or whatever it is you get when you qualify as being a pilot. Yeah?
Yeah.
Make the picture bigger, make it brighter, make it full of colour. Bigger, brighter, full of colour. See it in front of you. It's as though you already have it in your hands. It's as though you already possess this thing. Do you follow?
Yeah.
And you're just concentrating very well. But this time, as you're going down there, just become aware of how relaxed your heart is beating. Yeah? Bear in mind that you are with people here now. Yeah? You're with your colleagues. You're with your fellow students. That you have your friends. That you have your instructors to help you. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that get that feeling now of your support system. Okay. And now I want you to float forward in time and see yourself now after successfully completing your first solo flight. You're landing and you're landing very well. And just see your instructor pilot telling you how well you did. You're parking the aeroplane and you're doing very well. How does that feel? Yeah? Feeling good there? That's what you want? Feel those good feelings within you now. Just feel those good positive feelings within. And you're going to continue playing your tape now on a regular basis? Yeah, okay. Anything else you want to say or ask me before we finish now?
No.
Okay. So quietly now, just thanking your subconscious mind now for helping you to come to understand all of that as I count from 1 to 5. On 5 now I'm going to say fully aware. Once I say fully aware, now your eyelids open, you then calm, rested, refreshed, relaxed, fully aware, and feeling good in every way. 1, slowly, calmly, easily and gently now returning Returning to full awarenesses once again. 2, each nerve and muscle in your body is loose, limp and relaxed. And you're feeling wonderfully good. 3, from head to toe, you're feeling perfect in every way. 4, your eyes begin to feel sparkling clear, just as though they were bathed in cool spring water. And the next number now, your eyelids open, you're in calm, rested, refreshed, relaxed, fully aware, and feeling good in every way. 5, eyelids wide open now, fully aware, taking good deep breath, filling your lungs and stretching. Well, again, you kind of surprised yourself a bit, huh? Feel the heaviness to drowsiness, tingling sensations?
Yeah.
How close to 0 are you now at this time? 0 about your studying and about getting your exam. That's right.
That's 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel those good feelings.
Yeah. Attention as well. Lots of wisdom.
Really? They're gone as well. Okay. Do you have some stomach problems at times?
No, but lately I was just getting tenser and
Okay.
not getting time away.
Okay.
So
You'll find that they'll go very quickly now when you play the tape every day, and you put on nighttime going to sleep, you know, so that you get the word concentrate going. Yeah. So I think you did very well there. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And thank you too. So the fear of failure. Bear in mind the subconscious mind can show us the moon. It showed mankind the moon. Kennedy saw men on the moon years before they got there. So your job as a hypnotherapist is to help people to successfully complete their goals and to find out the blocks which are preventing them to do so. This is Joe Keeney saying bye for now.